My second
Okay.
question is, as a spiritual person, since this is how the vehicle of how I met you, when you see somebody who may appear to be so spiritually abundant, but there's no abundance in their finances. I am really struggling with financial abundant mindset.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering why there's such a block in my life currently, after I know, and like yourself, I've experienced so much success. And this is just such a bleak picture currently. And is it just the burnout? Is it my spiritual upgrade? Anyways, I like to know some of those topics, if that's something you want to tackle today.
The short answer is that money is a pain in the butt. It's just rough. And I'll give you a flash of my life. 2018, 2019, I'm not sure what the exact date is. I did a little dose of mushrooms, and Morgan was sober. And then we're in the bathroom of our rental house, and I'm like trying to fix a shower curtain on mushrooms. Not a good combination, but I was trying to do that. And she said, basically, this is how I heard it through my filter. It's like, you're really good at everything else, serving clients, building business, selling. Why are you so fucked up on money? Now, that's not what she said, but that's what I heard, right? That's you've mastered everything else. Why do you suck? And I remember my response clearly is I was like, I just haven't figured it out yet. I just haven't figured out that piece of the puzzle. And it was an inflection point, because this is someone I loved and someone whose my future was tied and someone I was responsible for, and the kids. And she wasn't calling me out. I think she was generally curious. Again, I was on mushrooms. I heard the call out. The call out was like, you can do better. And I think that was probably inside of me. Flash forward now 5 years later, and I would not call myself a master at money, but my vastly improved over the 5 years. So I know of what you speak, and I can say, even though it's taken me 5 years, it's been the best journey. And so I'm going to share some of my secrets of how I improved myself in terms of money abundance. First and foremost, separating money from trauma. And there's a course, Michelle Masters, Money Magic. She's the best in the business. Money Magic. It's based on NLP. And so I took this Money Magic course. And in the Money Magic course, you did this exercise where who represents money? Oh, dad. My father was a dominant, narcissistic, borderline, use money to punish, use money to reward, to the day he died, basically. So to me, money was tied with my dad. And in this exercise that took 15, 20 minutes, witnessed, I basically had dad in one chair and I moved money to another chair. So the question for you is, what is money tied to? And that could be a person, that could be a thing, that could be a memory. All those pieces of the puzzle is to figure out where you connect money. So I'll just ask a question to the three of you. Off the cuff, where's your money connected to?
Survival.
Survival. Okay, great. Perfect.
What's really funny observation is that even though I have money in the bank, I'm okay. There's a way in which my mind is always processing what I spend and how it's linked to am I going to be okay?
Yeah.
There's no amount of money I think that could actually be in the bank for me, because there's so much of my trauma wrapped up in survival and money that would allow me in this moment, because I haven't worked it out, that would be oh, I'm good. I'm okay. I'm going to be okay. I still am constantly running the narrative of I don't know, is that too much? Or the way that I weigh every single thing is what's coming in, what's going out. There's just this amazing relationship that I never actually linked back to the way that I grew up and the household and all of those things. It's kind of fascinating.
Yeah. Jesse.
Man, my self-worth and my parents, probably.
Okay.
Mine is definitely men, because it's my dad and my ex.
Got it. Okay, so just sit with that thought and imagine the picture of money and picture of that person or thing, survival, self-worth. Can you see how it's entwined? Can you see how those relationships are maybe slightly merged, but probably more likely entwined like a DNA strand, right? Like they're just, for me, my dad and money was just entwined. And my fuck you to my dad was a fuck you to money. One taste, my business, my first business, took 8 years in the red, 10 years, by the 10th year, we were an 8-figure international business. Do you know why I didn't quit? My dad was not going to win. And that's the voice in my head. My dad was not going to win. I was going to win. And I won, but boy, it was an expensive win. And it wasn't until I took Michelle Master's course, 2018, 2019, that I really saw how that's tied together. Amy said survival. That's amazing. I'm not going to give any details, but if you knew Amy's financial situation, the word survival would not be the first word that would come up. And that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all how we perceive it. It's how you perceive it, Amy. It's your relationship to your money. And so if you have money and survival tied, how much abundance, how much flow, how much fun, how much sexy good times is hooked into survival? Not very much. How much sexy good times is connected to your dad and your ex-husband? Not very much. How much is your self-worth? It's not much. And so when I separated money from my dad in this 15-minute exercise, I just started the relationship anew, which was kind of value neutral. My relationship with my dad was never going to be value neutral. My relationship with money has become value neutral with a lot of practice. I don't want this to be like, wow, took that course and it wasn't like that. It's been a 5-year journey and continues to be.